As we start the new year, we also usher in hundreds of new laws that go into effect today in states across the nation. From non-citizens taking on the job of police officers to drivers ordered to change lanes on highways to avoid dangers. And millions of American workers are getting a pay raise. Almost 10 million people in 22 states across the country will see a minimum wage pay increase as soon as they clock in starting today. This map highlighting those states, New York among them. Governor Kathy Hochul says the statewide $15 to $16 pay raises will benefit hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers. But small business owners worry about the long-term impact.
I think New York State is already a difficult environment for a lot of small businesses, and the increase in the minimum wage in general, I think, makes it even more difficult.
In Illinois, a controversial law goes into effect allowing non-citizen immigrants to become police officers if they have a work permit and are allowed to work under federal law. Also, vaping indoors in all public places will now be banned in Illinois. Minnesota is taking on deep fakes as we prepare for a major election this year. A new state law prohibits using AI-generated content if it's created without the consent of the person depicted and with the sole intent of hurting a candidate or influencing voters within 90 days of Election Day. In Florida, the state is expanding its move over law. Drivers are now required to move over a lane for disabled vehicles, displaying warning or hazard lights, or if there's someone outside the vehicle while it's stopped.
Courteous thing to do, move over for anyone that you see is disabled on the side of the road. It's a courteous thing to do because when you're on the side of the road, you're broke down. It may be you out there one day and you don't want people passing you at 70, 80, 90 miles an hour.
There have been 83 hours and 16 days.
In Texas, SB 17 bans diversity, equity, and inclusion offices at all public colleges and universities. The schools also now prohibited from engaging in DEI activities or following DEI hiring practices.
Diversity is not a threat.
And in California, the state is now providing free health care for more than 700,000 undocumented immigrants, costing the state more than $3 billion of taxpayer money annually. A new law there also makes it illegal for an employer to not hire or terminate an employee for using cannabis products outside of work. And the Golden State now becomes the first in the nation to create an alert notification system addressing missing black children and young black women between the ages of 12 and 25. In New York, I'm Dray for NewsNation.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.